Hi, this is Drumsound Bassline Smith, and we're proud to present Parallax, a new bass synth for Kontakt 5.7. Parallax has 3 sample-based oscillators which we've left in WAV format. This means that by renaming the samples we've included, you can add any sample you want, effectively giving you endless possibilities to adapt and modify your sound. Oscillator 1 and 2 has 20 samples in each, and the sub-oscillator has 5. These samples are selected by the drop-down menus at the top of the synth and have been carefully selected by us for maximum effect, so you can quickly get the pro sound you're looking for. Each oscillator is controlled by its corresponding volume in the oscillator mix control and the sub-oscillator control sections. Oscillator 1 and Oscillator 2 have both coarse and fine tuning. The coarse tuning is controlled by dragging the mouse up and down to increase or decrease the tuning in semitones, and the fine tuning is much more precise. Oscillator 1 and 2 is controllable by the XY pads below, and we've included 20 of Kontakt's filters which can be accessed by the drop-down menus. The 2 colour-coded XY dots correspond with the filter and LFO and are both capable of being automated in your DAW. Moving the blue dot up and down controls the filter frequency, and moving it left to right controls the amount of resonance. There are also 9 LFOs to play with to give your sound some movement. Again, moving the green dot up and down controls the LFO speed, and moving the dot left to right increases the LFO amount. All the oscillators run in parallel, hence the name Parallax, which means that the effects of the 2 filters are mixed, and no matter what each of them is doing, you will hear the effects of both. This is a great technique for creating interesting and complex bass noises, which have plenty of character. The amp envelope below controls the amplitude of the sound, and by tweaking the sliders, you can control the amount of attack, sustain, decay and release, creating short hits, long sustains, slow attacks or long releases. The pitch envelope controls the pitch of the overall sound, and using the attack, decay, sustain and release, you can create interesting bends and swoops, perfect for bass booms and stabs. Okay, let's talk about the multimode versatile filter. All 3 oscillators run into this incredibly powerful filter. We chose this as, unlike Kontakt's other filters, it can morph between different states, low pass to high pass and band pass, creating exciting and unique results. This is controlled by the XYZ pad and the amount and the resonance knobs. The multimode filter is quite tricky to understand, but essentially it works like this. The blue dot, when moved up and down, basically controls the overall filter cutoff frequency. When the blue dot moves left to right, it controls what filter state it's in. So if it's at 0, the filter is creating a low pass filter. As the number rises to 0.5, it morphs into a bandpass, and then at 1, it turns into a high-pass filter. The corresponding coloured resonance and amount knobs controls the resonance or peak of the filter cutoff, and the amount controls the filter's depth. A resonance of 100 can make the filter self-oscillate, so be careful. The other 2 dots do exactly the same, but are all in relation to the cutoff of the blue dot. It does take a bit of practice to master, and can be a bit temperamental if pushed too hard, but you can get lots of different filter shapes to twist up your sound. The next thing we want to talk about is the quick envelope function. Even though the multimode filter is automatable from your DAW, we wanted to create a quick envelope function so that you could record a quick XYZ movement and then play it back to have fun and test things out on the fly. This worked quite simply. You press record and move the XYZ pad for approximately 3 seconds. Then, using the edit function, draw or fine-tune each movement which has been stored within Kontakt itself. This means you can create literally any envelope shape you want. Once you've fine-tuned your envelope by pressing the play button, you can play back the envelope, which repeats upon release of the key or continues to play while the key is held down. Pressing record again resets the sequence so you can start again. Once you've sculpted your core sound, let's quickly jump to the effects section. Parallax has 8 insert effects and 5 send effects, all of which can be selected via the drop-down menus. We wanted to achieve as much flexibility as possible, so we added the pre and post function. This allows the effects to be positioned differently in the signal chain in relation to the multimode filter. If the effects are post, then they are inserted after the multimode filter. Alternatively, If they are positioned using the pre button, then the effects are placed before the multimode filter. This can give drastically different results, which can really give your noises a unique character. We've also added another standalone distortion effects too, because well, you can never really have enough distortion, right? Unison and portamento. The unison section controls the amount of voices and detune you apply to your sound. By increasing the voices to 2 or more creates a fuller sound, and if you detune it slightly, you can create a soaring effect, which works amazingly with Reese basses. As Parallax is a legato synth, the portamento knob controls the amount of time it takes to reach each note when played. By increasing the amount of portamento, you can create slow rises. Limiter and EQ. Due to the extreme nature of Parallax, we've added a limiter at the end of the signal chain. By reducing the in-gain, you can use this as a safety net, so to speak, to limit the distorted signal overloading the system and help reduce clipping. Finally, we've added a 3-band EQ to tweak and sculpt your sound. Thanks for watching.